Hello, everyone. Welcome in or welcome back to Midnight Morning Readings. Thank you for viewing me today. We are here to do the monthly reading for Libras for the month of September. So we're going to dive right in by seeing what your overarching energies are, and then we'll get your messages. All right. So Libras for September on the bottom of the deck, to be fair. And is this not true to a Libra's heart of heart, right? Okay, Libra, I mean, you're obviously, your symbol is the scales. You know, you're represented by justice. So everything is fair and in balance. So it's definitely a month, and going into your into your birthday season, at the end of September, this is definitely piggybacking right into what's leading up to be fair, why, and TikTok. And this is all about, and I don't feel it's to say that this the feeling that I'm getting, this isn't about justice. It's about what's right. Let's put it that way. Um, one of the I don't want to say one of the few times in your life that you want to say, you know what, it doesn't have to be fair. It doesn't have to be equal. It's about what's the right thing to do. And let's see what else is going on. So there's something going on. Let's see what else. Let's see what else comes out for you, Libra. All right. Strongest energies. Thank you. Strongest. Thank you. Strongest for Libras. Thank you. On the bottom of the deck, you have chop wood, breathe, and come to the edge. So when we're looking at this, this is what I feel is, this is a situation that you are in that has been something you have been trying to work through for quite some time. You have been working to try and find some type of balance. You have been working diligently. You have really been trying the best you can to keep your cool, keep your temper, to make peace, to keep everything is equal but more peaceful than anything. And finally, I think you're to your point of saying, you know what, enough is enough. I've done everything I can. I have bent over backwards for you. You've pushed me to you pushed me to the point to where I feel like I can't go anywhere. That you've been almost backed into a corner. And you're sitting there and you're trying to keep your cool and trying to keep this in here, and you're doing the best you can, but it's really starting to get to the point now to where you're realizing that being fair in this situation is not going to be the same as doing the right thing, because you see, you got to the sea, and to the sea is a very, very lovely energy. It speaks about looking in your past, always understanding, always remembering where you came from, where your roots were, where your roots are, what has gotten you to this point. But at the same time, you're to the point that there are certain parts to your past to where you're just like, I'm ready to move forward. I'm looking ahead. I'm not looking behind me, but yet I can still glance because I know where I've been. And I feel this is where you're at. You're to the point you have done everything that you feel that you can, because now you also got serendipity, but you also got the thinker. And this is the point where you're at. You've really been doing a lot of pondering. You've really been doing a lot of grounding. You've been grounding yourself, going out, taking walks alone, listening to very peaceful, calming music, doing a lot of thinking about what your next steps should be, how you should be moving forward, because you are to the point now to where you don't see any other option. You don't see where there is anything else that you could do that is going to change the outcome or change your decision about this particular situation. So let's see what's going on as far as your current challenges and obstacles that you might be facing, Libra. So to die is to conform, deepest desires constrain you. You're having problems. So you're the type of person, and even that is very natured in your sign, is you're very, very committal. You're very, very much a type of person that once you make an agreement, it's very hard for you to not follow through with it, to not do it. And whatever this situation is that you're in, you're feeling like you're either abandoning um, another individual or a group of people, or you're just, you made a promise to yourself that I was going to do this through thick and thin, no matter what. And you're now getting to the point now to where you're like, I just can't do it. I just can't do it. So I really feel that this is where it is. You're weighing the pros and cons. You're weighing, you're doing everything that you can to try and figure out if there is anything else that you could possibly do. You have bent over backwards everything to see if there's any other possible response, action, choice, path, anything like that. And this is the point that you're at. This is where I feel that you're at. You have changed your habits. Um you have taken on things, more than what you should have. You have sacrificed sleep. You have done everything that you could possibly imagine. And you're just to the point now to where you're just like, I have nothing left to give. I have nothing left to give in this situation. So let's see what else, challenges and obstacles that you're facing right now. I feel like there's still something in there. Challenge and obstacles for Libras, please. Thank you. Okay. On the bottom of the deck, you are caught up in the drama. And that's where you're at. Or I don't want to say you are currently caught up in the drama. I feel more as this is more past tense. You were caught up in the drama, and you have now realized that that is what has more than likely probably caused a bigger portion of this issue, this situation that you're in. But I really feel, being caught up in the drama, you got caught up in the midst of things, and you just kind of went with the flow, and you just go 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 go, and it's now catching up with you. Nature is calling, and recognizing despair as an opportunity. And again, here is to conform is to die inside. You have realized by being caught up in this drama, in this situation, you have given everything you possibly can for this particular situation. And you are realizing that it has compromised you. It has compromised your authentic self. It has compromised your self-care. It has compromised your family, your friend. It has compromised everything that makes you who you are. And you're to the point to where the nature is calling to you, and that's what you've been doing. You've been grounding yourself. You've been going out, you've been doing a lot of thinking, you've been going back to some of those roots, which is where that to the sea card comes in, because you're looking back, seeing everything that has played out over the last 3-6 months to a year. And you're sitting there saying, I can't believe that I did this. That was so not me. And I'm not happy. I'm not happy. Okay. Because they also gave you tear down the walls of your heart and awaken your senses. And this is the point that you're at. It's time to awaken the real you, your authentic self. You have pushed your authentic self down so hard, so deep in order to accommodate the situation that you are in or you're coming out of, that it's finally to the point to where it's banging, it's screaming, it's stomping, you cannot ignore your authentic self anymore, because the first card that jumped out is um cast a spell within your experience. And this is because you have suppressed your true self for so long. You've lost your charm, your magnetism, your wit, everything that about you that attracts people to you, Libra. It has diminished itself. You have just, the light has gone out, and that is where you're to the point. You are to the point now to where you are ready to light the spark. You're ready to let your inner light shine through and be who you are, and not let the situation control you anymore. So before we take a peek into your most recent past messages, we're going to get a couple of cards that, just to see, how this, is resonating with some of you. I feel some of you that you have gotten buried into a job, and really, this is a very holistic feeling. I feel that you have buried yourself into a job, and it has eaten away at you to the point that it has affected your romantic relationships, your friendships, your family relationships, everybody. So let's see, how we are moving forward as far as those. So they gave you enduring power, and I love, love, love this card. It says, guide with a gentle touch, protect and foster growth, have courage to change, integrity, mentor, and fortitude. And this is very, very powerful, because it talks about that inner strength that you have, and where you are at, what you're trying to find, and who you really are. And I feel that you have suppressed this, that you have pushed this down, feeling that you were doing the right thing at the time, but you have now come to the point that some people have abused it, other people have taken advantage of it, and you're sitting there saying, I am no longer this cub that is sitting here. I am now the lion. I am now the adult. I am now the one that is going to take control of this, because it's not who I am, and I'm going to choose to be myself, my true authentic self. And because it's the right thing to do going forward. It's not about necessarily balancing the scales anymore, Libras. It's about what's doing the right thing for yourself. Okay? So let's get another message card, and we'll take a peek into your most recent past messages from Spirit. Feel this. This is a transformational process you're going through. I feel, when we get going here in a little bit and we come out, it wouldn't surprise me if the Death card and the Tower card also came out later on. Because here, the card that popped out is change of heart. Your perspective shifts so you can see what's right. This is the card that flew out, Libras. I did not handpick this. Okay? You are choosing yourself over the self-destruction. This is the situation that you are in. The perspective is now shifting. Okay? Let me repeat that, Libras. You are choosing yourself over self-destruction. And that is where you're at. So we're going to take a peek into your most recent past messages. We're going to see what's leading you up to this point. Fulfilling work. So, okay, for a lot of you, you were in some type of work. I feel a good portion of you, this could be a career path type situation, but I feel this might have also been volunteer work, that you became and grow, you thrived in it, to where you really truly started out enjoying the volunteer work that you were doing, and then eventually it got to the point to where you almost felt like you had to, for, either people were making you feel guilty or they were um, bringing something on you. But you had this very fulfilling job, volunteer work, career, um, whatever it was. Maybe it was a hobby you turned from a passion into a career, something, and it became so fulfilling. You just, messages from spirit, important choices, exciting. You were so excited. This is what you wanted to do. This is how you wanted to do this moving forward. And you just loved it. And something changed. Something changed along the way. And I don't think it was like a major thing. I think it's something that happened very gradually. Very gradually. Okay, for those of you that didn't see it, the card that flew out was fulfilling work. Okay, that was on the bottom of the deck. That is the card that flew out. Libras, it was fulfilling, and it still can be, right? This isn't something that you have to say, I'm doing. You are just choosing to fulfill that dream a little bit differently than what you had than what has been happening, or how it has been transpiring as it has been moving on. And I really feel, yeah, nope, they're done. Very, very important discovery. And this is what has led good motivation. This is coming into your current messages that is here. Important discovery and good motivation. Something recently has opened your eyes to how engrossed you became in this past situation, because it was fulfilling work when you started, and you got so buried in the situation that you just couldn't see it. And now something has happened. There was something that happened, and this is sweet surprise. There is something that happened in your most recent past, and I'm talking maybe within the last month, 3 months tops. I'm thinking month and a half. Last 4 to 6 weeks, something has happened. You have gotten an announcement of a sweet surprise. I'm hearing baby is what I'm hearing. I feel some of you found out that you are either pregnant with your first child, or you had your first child. And it definitely wasn't something that was expected, but you are more ecstatic, more happy, and over the moon about this than what you ever thought that you would or could be. And that's what made you take the shift. That's what made you take the shift. And so you've been doing a lot of resting. You've been doing a lot of thinking. You've been doing a lot of internal soul searching, which has brought you up to your current messages of them saying, I need to dial this back. I have to choose myself over, this situation that has buried me, because I now have somebody else that is relying on me other than me. I have somebody else that is going to be in my life that is more important than me. This child, this baby, whether it was a newborn child here in the last month or two, or the child is going to be born. Either way, within the next 12 months, I figure, either recently or within the next 12 months, you're definitely feeling this newfound news, and it's brought you into your current, because you're like, I got to change things. I've got to change things going forward. And it's about what's doing what's right, not what's doing what's equal, not what's doing what's fair. It's about doing what's right. And sometimes, what is fair is not always equal, and what is equal is not always fair. And this is where you're at. Yeah. So, I mean, you've definitely had opportunities, you know, that have been coming into play. So on your current messages, as you're coming in, illumination on the bottom of the deck. This coming in, this comes right into your current messages right off of your most recent past. Your eyes were opened big time. Libras, your eyes were opened big time, and you have been doing a lot of self-grounding, a lot of self-relaxing to try and get your thoughts clear about the plan and what you are going to do going forward with this situation. So let's see, current messages for Libras, please. Thank you. Current messages for Libras, please. Current messages. Thank you. Thank you. Anything else? On the bottom of the deck, you have action, patience, release, and new beginnings. And this is where you're at. Remember, to the sea. Always looking behind you, know where you came from, what got you here, but you are now headed towards that North Node. You are definitely heading in the direction that you are meant to, with a very, very different idea as you're moving forward, because you've taken the time to do the thing, you know, and now you know exactly what you need to do and what you had to let go in order for these new beginnings to come in, because they also gave you focus and openness. And you had, or somebody had, a very open, frank, very blunt conversation with you. And that's what gave you your wake-up call. That's what I definitely feel with this. And this particular card, it's openness. You know, really opening yourself up. And if this hasn't happened, it's going to be happening this month, somewhere around the, here in a couple of days when we have our full moon. Our full moon, Libras. If not, it was the last full moon that we had. There's a lot of energy that has been happening with these full moons that have been taking place, and the one that's going to take place here in a couple of days is going to be a very powerful new moon as well. And the very first card that popped out in my last card for you is Wonders. And you are saying, what if? The possibilities are endless. The other thing that is particularly on this card is it's a piece of purple amethyst. And some of you may have purchased or been given a piece of purple amethyst here recently. And purple amethyst is a very, very strong crystal as far as helping to clear the mind. It's a protection crystal. It also helps with your grounding as well. So this, for some of you, there is a message that is in here that if you do not have a piece of purple amethyst, that you will come across one. There could be a sign, something. It could be a message from spirit that's coming in. Could also be an indication that you need to get a piece of purple amethyst to carry around with you. It doesn't have to be big. It doesn't matter how big or how small piece of purple amethyst is. The power is the same. The power magnifies within you that's there. And you are definitely coming into these new beginnings, you know, as you are focusing on what is ahead. What is ahead. Okay? You got a very, very strong, powerful reading that is taking place this month, Libras. So let's see what your incoming messages are. You have vision, strength. We have strength that has shown up a couple of times here. You have vision, okay, and change. Change is coming. Change is happening right now. You see it, you feel it, you're actually going forth with it. It's very, very strong. Change can be a beautiful thing. Very, very beautiful thing. So let's go ahead. Let's see what else is going on with your incoming messages. before we get the final message from Spirit. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Wow. Lots of them for your incoming messages. Bottom of the deck, you've got freedom, gratitude, and you are not alone. And got it. Yep. And there's the strength card and transformation. I could keep going, Libras. I could keep going. I mean, these are all stacked for you. You know, you've got freedom on the bottom of the deck, gratitude to appreciate, you know, what has happened and how you have gotten here. You know, you are not alone. Change is scary. It's always scary when you're going through that. You're going to worry, but you've been doing thinking to be able to get it through. Your strength card is showing up again here on the bottom of the deck, and there's your transformation. I mean, Libras, this is just confirmation that everything in this reading is a solid message for you. You don't be worried about failure, you know, and pray. You know, it's you've got, and perseverance. Okay, I mean, these are three very, very strong messages that are coming in. Spirit is coming in and saying, look, you know, everybody fails at some point in time. It's how we learn, it's how we grow, it's how we move forward. The key point is, when we do fail, what did we learn? How are we going to move forward? You know, what did it teach us? And Spirit, you know, is coming in and saying, you know, continue to ask for help. Continue to ask. Be open to receiving those messages and keep moving forward. Don't stop. Keep moving forward on this path that you are on, because you're going within anger and worthiness. And this is where you are starting to feel like you're on shaky ground. Like, you know, can I do this? You're going to start questioning things. You're going to start questioning if you made the right decision. You know, things are going to change, and with change comes change of feelings. It comes that instability, that shakiness, and that's very, very different, you know, for a Libra, because they're pretty steady, steadfast, you know, when it comes to things, you know, because you've got happiness and love are the last two cards that are here. And so, you know, this is a beautiful way to, you know, to round out your incoming messages from Spirit, because it is coming. You are going to see the fruits of your labor. It's not necessarily going to be easy, and you are going to get upset. You are going to get angry, but I feel that the anger is going to be more directed towards yourself, because you let yourself get to that point. And it's not you, that you let your authentic self go for as long as you did. And really, you know, anger is just a deep, deep, deep level of sadness that is helping to realize that, you know, you want to move forward. It's giving you the idea that this is not who you want to be. This is not what you want to do or how you want to go. Okay, so let's get messages from Spirit that tie this together before we leave with your final message. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Final messages. Thank you. Thank you. Anything else? Okay. All right. First card that popped out. Very, very first card is the Sun. Very, very bright, very, very positive energy. This is a huge, huge, huge major arcana, okay? This is your happiness. This is where you're at. You know where you're going. There's a lot of fire, a lot of positive energy that is coming from this card, and this is talking about your transition from now into your future, into your incoming messages. It's bright, it's shining. It is finally your authentic self breaking free. Okay, you know, you've got the page of Pentacles that is coming here, and then you have the Star that is sideways. Look at this, Libras. I cannot believe this. I cannot see this. Okay, that's here. You've got the Star sideways and the Sun. These are major, major messages from Spirit, okay? This is all about opportunities, okay? The page, any of the pages in the minor arcana, in the cards, these are all messenger cards, okay? These are all messages that are coming in. And so, the page, comes in to give us a message, to tell us, that change, the Page of Pentacles talks about, there's a change to our stability. There's a change to our finance, our structure that is coming in, for us. How are we moving through? This is all about, moving forward with this, and then you've got the star, and then the sun that's coming in here, and you're recognizing, okay, here's my opportunity again, and it's moving in because you've got the Magician in reverse, okay? You've got the Magician in reverse, and you've got Temperance. There are 5 cards, Libras, 5 cards that popped out. 4 of them are major arcanas. This is a huge message for my Libras out there. Huge message for Libras out there. Okay. And, the Magician, when it comes out in reverse, none of the cards when they come out in reverse mean that it's negative, mean that it was a bad situation. Okay. What it means is it was the state of place and time of where we were at. And remember, there are things that that do happen to us for a reason. And you may not understand or know what that is at that point in time, but later on down the road, later on in life, you will recognize that that was such a key time, because it reminds us, coming from our most recent past into our current messages, with the Magician in reverse and the Page of Pentacles coming in here, it says, you know what? I recognize that I was being self-destructive. That's what this message is telling me. You recognize that what you were doing was self-destructive behavior. And you finally recognized an opportunity that was coming in here, because you've got Temperance that is coming in. And Temperance is about patience. And with any kind of change that comes in, it takes time for things to do, things to change, things to manifest, for things to happen. And Spirit is coming in and saying, what you're going through, recognizing the situation that you are in was not healthy for you, is the huge pivotal point. Huge pivotal point. You've already gone through the tower. You've already gone through, you're going through the transformation right now. And Spirit is saying, you got to give yourself patience. You've got to give yourself time. You didn't get in that situation overnight. It's not going to get fixed overnight. So give yourself time, give yourself patience, because at the end of the day, you're coming into the sun. And that is just magnificent. It's just a beautiful, beautiful card that is coming in for you. Wow, what a reading there, Libras. Such an important, positive message. So our final message card that Spirit is going to leave you with for this reading, I don't understand how Spirit can top it, but top it, Spirit shall. And the final card that they gave you is, I hear, speak, and express my truth. My truth. Meaning your truth, your authentic self. Meaning you need to be true to yourself, and you need to make sure you're being honest with yourself and doing what's right for yourself, Libras. That is the final message that Spirit is leaving you with today. And it is a very powerful one indeed. I hope this reading helped. I hope it resonated with you out there. If you would, leave comments. Let me know how this message resonates with you, or how it helped you, provide guidance from Spirit. I would love to hear the messages come back from the Libras out there. I'd be grateful if you'd hit that like, subscribe, and share button, and I will see you back here next time, Libras. Take care.